Okay, Republican Senators Ron Johnson, Lindsey Graham as well, pushing ahead on subpoenas as part of their investigations into the Trump Russia probe, what happened there, the origins of it, and also the targeting of Michael Flynn. But Democrats, including Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer, now attacking Republicans, saying they are, quote, chasing wild conspiracy theories and are distracting from the COVID-19 outbreak. Let's welcome former independent counsel Ken Starr. Ken, they're pushing ahead over the objections of Democrats. Is this wild conspiracy theories, distractions from COVID-19?
I don't think so. It's about time we found out all the facts. Let all the facts come out, and then let's assess the facts. We don't need to jump into any conclusions. But no, it's silly. This is just political rhetoric, Liz, much to be expected. But let's move forward. Let's find out what happened once and for all.
Because you don't want it to happen again, and Americans shouldn't have it happen again. Is that it?
At every stage, something went wrong. The transition, the Susan Rice memorandum and email is extremely troubling. The Mike Flynn interview, extremely troubling. The charges eventually brought against Mike Flynn by the special counsel, extremely troubling. The behavior of Judge Sullivan now, extremely troubling. We need to get everything out, and we need, first of all, let me just say, we need to get these charges against General Flynn dismissed. This is a tragedy, but it's also legally quite wrong, with all due respect to Judge Sullivan, to continue. So, yes, we need to get everything out on the table, assess it, analyze it, and then close the chapter on a very sordid part of American history.
Yeah, well, sir, well, government documents show that they were doing a counterintelligence operation on Michael Flynn 5 months prior to that January 2017 Oval Office meeting with Obama. And then towards December of, 2016, James Comey said, I don't think we're going to look into Michael Flynn. We don't see anything here. He doesn't look like he's a Russian agent. But then the phone call happened on December 29th, and James Comey said, wait a second, Peter Strzok, tell the case agent not to shut the case against Michael Flynn. Let's keep it open. Let's see what happened with that phone call.
Yeah, and it seems to me that one would expect in Jim Comey's position to expect the National Security Advisor to the incoming National Security Advisor to be in communication with counterparts from around the world. And there were issues, Russian sanctions and so forth, that the Obama administration was imposing, a little bit belatedly, a little bit too little and too late. So he had every reason, he being General Flynn, had every reason to be communicating with the Russian ambassador. It is very troubling that there would then be an unmasking of General Flynn when he's just doing his job at the time. And then he should never have had that interview in the White House on January 24th. The case should have been over. The counterintelligence case had essentially been closed.
Yeah, and then they tried to get him in a perjury trap, tried to get him to lie. Basically, said, talked him out of having a lawyer present. He felt that they were just, and it was an informational interview. They went around the White House counsel, sat him down, trying to corner him, and then there was an indication he didn't mislead, according to the notes of that interview. But then they turned around and said he did mislead FBI investigators. So, this story still is ongoing. Your take on now Senate Republicans voting to issue subpoenas against the consultant Blue Star, which is a consulting firm for the Ukraine energy company Burisma, where Joe Biden's son was on the board of. They want to see if that consulting firm unduly influenced U.S. agencies during the Obama administration. This is the first subpoena of its kind. Again, the Ukraine controversy involving conflicts of interest with the Bidens is coming up. The first subpoenas. Your reaction when you saw that story?
I thought it's about time because, as you know, during the fall, these issues were arising with respect to the Ukraine, Burisma, and the like. And there was no inquiry, no investigation at all. The Democratic majority would not allow that. So I wish this had been done a few months ago, but it's better to have it done now. Again, better late than never. So again, my view is very simple. The American people would like to have the benefit of all the facts, as opposed to name calling and suggesting that these are all conspiracy theories. Why don't we get the facts and assess them?
Yeah. Yeah, Burisma hires Blue Star, the consulting firm. They start working inside the Obama administration agencies there. And then there's Vice President Joe Biden sitting there. So maybe we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll be on it. We'll be digging through the documents. Ken Starr, thanks for coming in. Great to see you.
Good to see you, Liz. Thank you.